don't care about fame, don't care about the cameras. Just in love with the sport, you know. Been doing it since I was a kid, man. You know, grateful to make a career for myself. It's a regular deal.
All right, this is Daniel from Sidestep Boxing. We got local fighter here, one-time Thurman. How's the training going so far?
Good, man. You know, we out here sweating every day, put in that work, man, cutting weight, doing what we need to do so that we can give y'all a good performance here very soon on the 25th.
Now, I know there was always a lot of Mayweather talk. Yesterday we were here at Media Day, a lot of Mayweather talk. I remember 2 years ago, you probably don't remember, we caught up with you after a fight, and we actually asked you about Shawn Porter. And you gave him all his respects and everything. Has anything different changed since 2 years ago that you see about Shawn Porter and his fight style or whatnot?
Not really. You know, Shawn is a tremendous athlete. He comes in conditioning with his strength and his conditioning, and he just really tries to outwork his opponents. That's his strategy: outwork you, outperform you, and pretty much be a better athlete than you. You know, he's more of an offensive fighter than a defensive fighter, and it's got him mostly wins and only one loss. So like I said, he's a good fighter. We go back from the amateurs. He's bred for this sport. It's going to be a good match.
Yeah, and let's talk about 2015 real quick, because that was a pretty good television breakout year for PBC, and you headlining a couple shows, one being here in Tampa, Florida, as we always ask for. Why doesn't Keith fight in Tampa? You gave us Luis Collazo on ESPN. It was a good fight, but mid-rounds he did catch you with a body shot. A lot of people were like, whoa, a lot of critics, everybody. Hey, what can you say about that? Critics that say, oh, Keith Thurman is exposed now or whatnot, and
it's a fight.
Yeah.
You should expect both fighters to get hit, and he happened to land a very beautiful, critical blow. The type of blow that we've seen drop many fighters in the history of boxing. It definitely, I suffered pain in that moment, but I endured the pain and I survived the round, come back strong. In the next round, though, I was tentative for the first half of the next round. I was seeing how bad he wanted to maybe get me out of there per se. He wasn't that eager. I saw that he lost his opportunity to do damage or to ride the momentum of doing damage. So then I got back into my original pattern of winning the fight. I cut him with a left hook, kept landing bigger shots, and then he pretty much retired on the seat.
Now, after the Luis Collazo fight, you were scheduled to fight Shawn Porter in December, I believe it was.
No, they never scheduled. Yeah. That's the problem. People heard about a fight being made. They talked about it in December. Nothing ever got scheduled, and then they started to schedule it this year, and it got scheduled for
March or something like that.
Yeah, March, and then he has a setback due to the car accident.
Due to the car accident, correct. Was there anybody prior to Shawn Porter that they might have thrown at you at the table at that moment?
No, after Luis Collazo, we wanted a good fight, and once we heard Porter, we said, yeah, we'll take that whenever it's supposed to go down. And the reason why the fight didn't go down had nothing to do with Shawn, had nothing to do with me. It was more of a timing on Al's behalf. And, first fight this year, Keith Thurman versus Shawn Porter, so we're happy to make this happen.
Now, it looks like it recently just popped up in the boxing news that IBF wants a title eliminator with Errol Spence and Leonard Bundu, same guy that you fought last year and whatnot. 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago or something, whatnot. He was a tough fight for you, went all 12.
No, he wasn't.
No,
he wasn't. That was a schooling.
Well, it was a schooling.
How many times did he? That was the least I've ever been touched in a fight.
But I say tough. I'm sorry. I say tough as in he went all 12 rounds.
And don't make it. That does not give you the right to call it a tough fight. If he puts hands on me, that makes it a tough fight. He did nothing to make it a tough fight. That was an easy fight from round one to round done.
Now, what do you say to the critics when Errol Spence is now coming up to him? And Errol Spence was calling you out, but now he's fighting the same guy you fought. When are we going to see that matchup happen? Because there's a lot of criticism.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Of course, fight fans want to be matchmakers.
Right.
They're not matchmakers. You don't manage professional careers. You know what I'm saying? He still needs build-up fights. He still needs a few 12-round fights. You know? Does he have skills? Yeah. Did I have skills? Why didn't I get Mayweather when I said Mayweather? Why didn't I get Paulie when I said Paulie? Why didn't I get all these fighters when I said that? You don't just get stuff because that's what you want. You get it because you put yourself in a position to earn it. You know, and with the title eliminator, he's put himself in position for a world title shot. You know, I mean, I've enjoyed watching him. I said that he should stop Algeria. You know, he can't talk about calling me out and not put a stoppage on Algeria, because I just knew Algeria had nothing to offer. He's not really a 147 pounder. His best win was in 140 against a small guy who doesn't have the boxing ability that Errol, myself, Amir Khan, other people that are higher up in the ranks. But man, I can care less what you critics say, man. I'm done. I'm champion of the world. Deal with it. I'm champion of the world. Deal with it. I get paid. Deal with it. You don't pay me.
Right.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah. And after Showtime, I know you got in your mindset you want to win.
After Showtime.
I mean, Showtime Porter. After Porter. Who's in your top 5?
I mean,
who's in your assassins list?
For me, the WBA talked about issuing a mandatory for the winner of the Porter Thurman fight, for the kid that just beat Mosley. We'll see what comes of that. Outside of that, what I would really like to see is Danny Garcia, a big name on the list that I'd love to get in the ring with real soon. You got Kell Brook out there. He's fighting a title eliminator. It's interesting just to see what's going to happen over there. And then I mean,
those are really the main. You're looking at.
I don't see. I know the fans would like to see Khan. I know the fans would like to see.
I don't think fans want to see Khan.
Some fans. It's not maybe the right.
Yeah.
That was no one expected him to win that fight.
Exactly.
He can fight anybody he wants to fight at welterweight. Nobody expected him to beat Canelo. Right. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? He needs to come back down. I don't think he would take a power puncher next to a power puncher. But what was I gonna say? I don't know. I don't think much about Timothy right now. Shoot, man. Who's that? Really, I like the undefeated guys, man. I like
go for the meat.
I like Kell Brook. And I like Danny Garcia, man. I'm looking forward to what Danny really does in the welterweight division. He's fresh at 147, though he did attain a world title. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now let me ask you a rather off the boxing record question. Who is actually Keith Thurman outside of the boxing realm? I noticed I was actually observing you yesterday. There was a lot of talk. There was a lot of asking you questions about Mayweather, and obviously. People, in our perspective, see somebody who has to build themselves up, say what they got to say, make themselves noticeable, build up a fight. But who is Keith Thurman at home when he's chilled and no boxing's going on whatsoever?
Somebody who don't care about fame, don't care about the cameras, just in love with the sport. Been doing it since I was a kid, man. Grateful to make a career for myself. Just a regular dude, man. I'm a family man. I hang out with my dogs at home. I take care of them. I like to go to the beach every once in a while, spend time with my family, eat good food at restaurants, man. I'm a little bit of a foodie. I like the Food Network, Chopped and all the TV shows. Yeah, man. So that's
now they got Chopped Junior.
the little kids be throwing down, man. And then, you know, I'm a little bit into music and just hanging out with friends, man. Just lay back.
And one last question, one thing that's always intrigued me, like when I see you or whatnot, do you consider yourself a hippie, man? Are you like a hippie kind of guy that just loves nature, you know, likes the djembe drums? And I remember last time we talked.
If I grew up in that era, you know what I mean? You know, there's a hippie in me. You know what I mean? I say I have a little bit of multiple personalities. You know, everybody kind of does a little bit. You know, but yeah, there's a little bit of a tree hugger in there, and you know, a little bit of a badass too. You know.
All right, man. This is Daniel from Sidestep Boxing. We got to keep one-time Thurman getting ready for action on June 24th against Shawn Showtime Porter. Don't miss it. Thanks.